Whether you're a diehard fan or just stepping into the squared circle, we're here to give you the real scoop on everything happening in the ring.
I'm your host, RJD, and we're about to take a ride through the latest and greatest in pro wrestling. Get ready for all our hot takes, deep dives, and all the wrestling you never knew you needed.
Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button and join What the Wrestling family so you never miss an episode. Now let's step into the ring.
You're listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is.
Tiger uppercut.
AEW, everybody. Holy hell, what a long show. Jesus Christ.
You stupid.
But the first half of this show was all right. I ain't gonna lie. It was all right. So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about it. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go. Yes. His eye, RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling, the show that brings you all things wrestling. Once again, I am your host, RJD. Follow me at What the Wrestling on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Also, follow me, RJD, on the Twitter, formerly known now XRJ699. Follow your boy. Hit the like. Hey, don't boo me. Hit the like button. All right. No updates to the channel as of today, so we're gonna slide right on past that, moving right along, and let's get into AEW Dynamite. Man, this show was long as hell. First things first, I am so looking forward to this show going back to 2 hours. God, it's a lot of wrestling. It's a lot going on, and I'm looking forward to this going back to 2 hours, because 4 hours is too damn long if it's not a pay-per-view. So 2 hours, AEW Dynamite. Yes, please. Thank you. Next, we got more women on this show. I ain't mad at it, not even a little bit. So shout out to TK for actually giving a crap about the ladies, because he normally doesn't care about women's wrestling. We know this. We're not gonna act like we don't know. But shout out to him for putting some more ladies on. We have Ty J is back. We'll get into that a little later. Tony Storm and Julia, a little clunky, but it's okay. And we got this. You know what this was? This was an eye show. This was an eye show with a very, very strong first 2 hours. The second half of the show was like, do I care? Do I not care? But the first half of the show, like Dynamite itself, was good. So let's get into the summer blockbuster. First, we had Hangman. We had the Hangman, who cut himself a promo, and then we had Moxley, which I didn't even know it was him, which was crazy. I like this. This was very good. We had Moxley with the hat on. looking very inconspicuous. And after Hangman's promo, he walks away and Moxley turns around and it's like, oh, he's right there. And then he does like this, and Wheeler Yuta is following. Wheeler Yuta and Claudio is following him, and they walk and follow the Hangman, so you know that's going to be a sign of things to come. Good start to the show, and we started off with Shane Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay. And yes, please. Yes, please. Take my money. Take my money. Listen, we're gonna put some respect on Swerve and Will Ospreay's name. We're gonna put some respect on their name. Shout out to R-Truth, but we're gonna put some respect on their name, because ever since Swerve got into it with Hangman and they elevated themselves, then we had Will Ospreay, who is who he is. He's been good for a very, very long time, and I was looking forward to this the most. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is what I was looking forward to the most. This match, and there's a lot going on, so we'll just get into the back half of this match. But at the end of the day, these two absolutely beat the hell out of each other. We had a spot where Swerve literally hit Ospreay with a freaking full arm. He starts bleeding. We had Oz cutters, we had house calls, and we had these two absolutely just brutalizing each other. We had a tease of a Tiger Driver, and I was like, ooh, we haven't seen that since what? Danielson, right? No, MJF. We haven't seen that, I think, since MJF. So, yes, please give me a Tiger Driver, and let me see what's going on here. But we didn't get it. Instead, we got a reversal, and I forget what that backwards thing is called. I know Cody hit one of those, but I forget what that move is called. But that move can go real wrong real quick. And yeah, he hit that. We had a hidden Blake. We had everything in this match. This match was great. So fast forward to the end of the match, we have him Swerve setting up for a Swerve stomp on the apron. That would have absolutely sucked for Mr. Ospreay. But it was a time limit draw. And everybody was upset. Yeah, I know. We had a time limit draw, and I'm not gonna lie, I was tight. I was like, because I was invested in this match, and I was very, very angry. I was like, oh, this is some bull. But I understand it, and it actually works. It actually works for the story they're trying to tell. And man, we had the freaking time limit draw. Swerve gets the mic and says, listen, Will, you're beat up, I'm beat up, everybody's so hurt. Sudden death. But before anybody could bring it down or get another ref out there, Death Riders come down. They start coming through the crowd. And we have Swerve sitting there with Prince Nana. He's ready. He's like, let's go. And here come the Young Bucks. Messing everything up. Messing up the swag. The Young Bucks messing up the damn swag. Come out and they put on the spike shoes. And we all know what those spike shoes are from. Puts on the damn spike shoes. And they're saying, you ready? You ready? And here comes Will Ospreay jumping in and taking the bullet.
Stop it. Get some help.
Taking the bullet for Mr. Swerve. I didn't mean to hit two Don DeMarcos, but he took the bullet for Swerve, and I was shocked because I didn't see it, and that looked like it absolutely sucked. That looked like it sucked to take the thumbtack super kick, and that was all she wrote. So at the end of the day, that was the end of this segment. I'm not mad at this because it adds to the big drama show. Shout out to Triple G. It adds to the drama of everything. Hell of a match by these two. I'm sure they're gonna run it back. I ain't mad that it went to a draw. And the thing I like about AEW is sometimes you get a draw. Sometimes it's a time limit draw. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you need yourself a good time limit draw. So I ain't mad. Next, we have Renee Paquette backstage talking to Kazuchika Okada. And Okada sitting back there with Don Callis. And Don Callis says, hey, it should be you and Takeshita. And he's like, get the hell off me, and basically calls everybody a bitch and walks off. That was cool. We had Blake Christian versus Mystico, and Mystico wins by an avalanche Spanish fly. Nothing wrong with that. After the match, the Hurt Syndicate make their entrance, stand tall on the stage. Bobby Lashley holds a hand to an overexcited MJF, and I like the fact that MJF is all overexcited to be with these guys. MJF is like, man, Hurt Syndicate, we're here. That's going to make it that much better. And the Hurt Syndicate are heels, all right? Let's not get it twisted. We are supposed to boo them, but we don't want to because they're dope. My drunk uncles, my drunk uncles at the barbecue hurt people, and we love it. Shout out to my wife. But anyway, Max says Mystico is very impressive, but not easily impressed to him. This will set up a match going on next week with Max and them. So Max tears, Speedball ends up coming out, and he tries to tear off his mask, but Kevin Knight, Speedball, Mike Bailey, and I always pronounce this guy's name wrong. Marska Dorida makes the save, and Bartel takes a shot at Speedball, but he dodges it, and I guess we have a match. So the Hurt Syndicate versus Jet Speed, and at the end of the day, good match. Can't get mad here. Shout out to MJF wearing MVP's. I peeped that he's wearing MVP's gear. So shout out to attention to detail. And the Hurt Syndicate win by pinfall with the hammerlock DDT from MJF on Speedball Mike Bailey. Post match, MJF beats down everybody. Hurt Syndicate come, beat down everybody, tears off the mask, calls it a day, and that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. So after the break, we have the Death Riders dragging Hangman through the tunnel. His hands are cuffed behind his back. His mouth is duct taped shut. Claudio and Wheeler Yuta basically throw him in the ring, keep beating him down. Marina Shafir asked them for the briefcase, and Jon Moxley takes his good old time getting to the ring. And then he proceeds to cut a promo. But at the end of the day, he's like, listen, this is your time, all in. It's do or die. This is what we got to do. We're coming. It's going to be me versus you, and that's what we're going to do. Hangman's like, F all this. Headbutts him. Duct tape removed. After everything, Hangman says he'll ride to the death to get to the championship, and if he finds any of them, he will take their heads first. I ain't mad at it. Not gonna lie, this is getting me invested in this Hangman and Jon Moxley stuff. I really, really, really want Hangman to finally end this reign of terror. And at the end of the day, yeah, the Death Rider stuff kind of sucks. And being that we interjected the Owen and then Hangman now with them, it's making it more interesting. But for like 3-4 months, it was bad television. But now it seems to be, picking up some steam. So I'm not mad at that. And between Okada and Omega and this and Tony Storm and Mercedes, who I think are going to tear it down, I think good beginning, good middle, good end. I think those three are going to be, I think it's going to be A-okay. I think we're going to be A-okay with that. So moving on, Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford versus Ty J. And shout out to Ty Mello, because Ty Mello looks good in there, has not lost a step, still is doing it at a high level, been away from the ring for a while, obviously being a mom, very, very important, obviously, and she looks good in there, so shout out to her. So while she got the win, we had Megan Bayne, I believe, was getting choked out by Anna Jay. So shout out to her. After that, they got the hell out of there. They avoided a beatdown for Megan Bayne, celebrated on the stage, and that was it. Then we had commentary. Basically talked about one of the best video packages I have ever seen. So this video package Okada and Omega video package going through 1, 2, 3, 4 matches. Started in Wrestle Kingdom, and then I think their last match was at Dominion, at a Dominion show. If I'm not mistaken, please fact check me for that. But man, oh man. So, quick story. This is exactly why I started watching New Japan Pro Wrestling. The only reason why I heard about New Japan, Okada, Omega, I always knew of Hiroshi Tanahashi. But as far as Okada, Omega, Young Bucks, Bullet Club, I had no idea who any of these freaking people were back when the Bullet Club was hot. When did they get catch fire? 2014, 15, 16, around that time. Bullet Club was crazy. Then Cody joined them. They selling a whole bunch of merch and shit. So that was the first New Japan match I have ever seen. Obviously, New Japan has been around forever. Obviously, we know this.
You stupid.
But that first Okada Omega match, I believe it was an hour. And all I remember is people keep saying, oh, it's the greatest match of all time. Dave Meltzer gave it 151,000 stars. Great. And I was like, man, now, you know, when somebody hypes something up, you're like, it makes you want to go see it for yourself. You're like, let me see how good this match really is. Even if you hate watch it, because you really don't believe it. So you watch it just to see how good it really is. You're like, this shit ain't that good. But what I proceeded to watch, and I don't think they'll ever replicate that first match, because they did some shit in that match. I was like, I didn't know who Okada was, who Omega was, and I was just praying for their safety. Please, guys, don't kill each other. Don't die. But like I remember one of them hit like a freaking Frankensteiner reverse off the top rope. Shit was nuts. I was like, what am I watching? And I remember two things about that match. One, it was an hour long. Two, I want to see this one-winged angel. I haven't seen it yet. Where's this one-winged angel? Why haven't I seen it? I don't want to Google it. I don't want to YouTube it. I want to see it in a match. I have one-winged angel. Nobody kicks out of that. Who the hell is this? Commentators kept bigging it up. Oh, one-winged angel. And the crazy thing is, I saw that match in Japanese at first. I didn't even see it in English. I saw it in Japanese and it was like this. Couldn't take my eyes off the screen. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And that got me into New Japan and Young Bucks and Bullet Club and all that stuff. So I say all that to say they had 4 incredible matches, probably 4 of the best. Probably, obviously, this is not a trilogy. I don't know what you call a 4-match trilogy, but whatever. Probably some of the best storytelling and the best 4-match sequences that you will ever see from any 2 people ever. I would advise everybody, if you can, go back and watch Okada Omega 1. Watch the Dominion number 2. I think the third one was in the G1, and then they had one more after that. So go watch them. Don't take my word for it. Go watch all 4. You can find them. Go to, I don't know where New Japan is streaming from, but I'm sure you can find it somewhere. And go watch them. But I actually watched the story progression, which makes it even more memorable for me, because I was around for the story of that. I was watching the story of Omega just trying to beat this guy, and he couldn't get him, and then he finally got him. So shout out to those guys. This was absolutely mother effing fantastic. And afterwards, Don Callis comes up. They signed the contract. The video package comes on. Okada signs the contract. Omega says, wow, I don't even reckon such a long time, so much history. It's crazy. I didn't even recognize myself. And listen, Omega's been at a high level for a long time. And after that, he cuts that little short promo. He signs the contract. Me and you, mano a mano, shakes his hand. Don Callis comes out, and I'm like, oh my God, why is he out here? Don Callis comes out, and he's like, listen, Don, cut this shit. It shouldn't be Takeshita. Wait your turn, get in the back of the line. And Don Callis says, listen, kid, you think you know me? Well, you didn't know I had this one up my sleeve. And Okada proceeds to beat him down, and he beats him down. They take out this little old cop, Billy Club looking thing. He whacks him in his stomach, diverticulitis, very serious thing. Kenny almost died, and whacks him in his stomach, Kenny is spitting up blood. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Yeah, this is awesome. I really want to see this match now. Hits him with an elbow drop on his stomach, still spitting up blood. They get the stretcher out. He puts him on the stretcher, hits him with another elbow drop onto the stretcher. I'm like, man, this is great. This is great freaking TV right here. So shout out to all of these guys. I really want to see this match now, everybody. This match. Now, it's going to be hard for them to live up to what they've done, but I think they don't need to do what they've done. That time is already over. They're two different people now. Now, they need to give us, they're going to give us story. They're going to give us everything. Hopefully, give them 30, 40 minutes. Let them go out there and freaking tear it up. Now, on to the championship. The championship looks absolutely phenomenal. Love the championship, DeMarco. So I'm not mad at the championship. The only thing I am mad at is that they don't unify all of these goddamn titles. Now, according to reports, this title is now the unified championship. So let's see, they got the AEW championship and then the unified championship, which I'm assuming will be the equivalent to the universal title and the world heavyweight title. Cool, got it. Then you got a tag team title and a trios title. Cool. Then you got a international title. They need to get rid of that shit. Get rid of the international title. All of these, all you need is the top title. If you're gonna have two heavyweight titles, fine. But the TNT title and the international title, merge them shits or get rid of one and just make it the TNT title. We only need one mid-card title. I know we got 101 million people in AEW. One mid-card title. That's all we need. And then for the ladies, TNT, TBS, and that's it. I'm cool with two titles for the ladies because one got to be elevated over the other one. So I'm cool with that. But I know everybody keeps saying they want tag team titles. Let's bring in tag team titles. I don't know about that, guys. I don't know about that.
Nope.
I'm not going to lie. And here's my reasoning. If you can't even get, if we barely get the women on TV now, enough for us to care and give a shit about the stories, why would we give a shit and care about tag team titles? Why would we care? They don't give them enough time. They don't give them enough time for us to care. So why would we? Why would we? We don't need women's tag team titles. We need to see the titles that the women got now more. We need more women's segments. Last week, we had 2 women's segments in a 4-hour show.
Nope.
You stupid.
This week, at least we got 1 more. We got 3 women's segments and good matches too. So no tag team titles, y'all. I think we're wasting time with that because TK don't give a shit. So he don't care.
Get some help.
So shout out to this. Titles were good. The titles were good. Title looked good. They're merging this. Let's see what we got going here. Moving right along. So Christopher Daniels gets into it with Okada at the end. He's basically like, let's get this over with and let's keep it pushing. They stay out there. Anthony Bowens comes in, fights Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher gets the win here with the brain buster. Ain't mad at that. We get a video package hyping up the return of the American Patriot, MJF. Looking forward to that. MJF is a national treasure. So we had Carlos Cabrera in the ring, talks up Grand Slam Mexico and a collaboration between AEW and CMLL, and introduces a man who debuted 4 decades ago and still entertains us, the idol of children in his book, one of the best ever, and a true living legend at Atlantis. He makes his entrance accompanied by Atlantis Jr. And then Big Stoke and FTR came out. Excuse me. Big Stokely and FTR came out. And that was all she wrote with this. They had a back and forth. FTR basically shitting on them. FTR got the better of the Luchadors before they hit a spike power driver on the Living Legend. Adam Cole hits the ring to come to their defense. The Don Callis family attacks. Bandito and Tempero make the save. So we got that. That's coming. I ain't mad at it. So let's fast forward a little bit. Moving. Sky Blue attacks Toni Storm during her entrance, and referee Aubrey Edwards rejects her. The ringside doctor checks on Toni Storm while Monet is at the dinner table eating her steaks. That steak look good too, man. I like me some steak. I can't even cap. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to y'all. I love me some steak. Julia Hart versus Toni Storm, everybody. This was a little clunky, but it was a little clunky. But at the end of the day, Toni Storm, very good. Julia Hart, we like Julia Hart. We love Julia Hart. She's awesome. And at the end, we had a package. I was about to say package power driver, but we had a small package roll up for the win. After the match, Mercedes Moné whispers in her ear. She does a little. She sniffs her like she's the Rock. You know, you smell what the Rock is cooking. And after that, she beats up Toni, and she beats up Toni and beats up the other girl as well. She stands tall, and that's all she wrote. Ricochet interviewed backstage, and Blake, Christian, and Lee Johnson arrive. And Ricochet says he's looking for ultra athletes to help him navigate through murky waters of AEW. It's pretty embarrassing watching two grown men play make-believe Ricochet every week. They're impressive in the ring, but something is missing. And he left with that annoying laugh, and they went on to break. Listen, I like this Ricochet, this character Ricochet's playing. He's doing more now than he ever did in WWE. So I ain't mad at it. Let's keep it going. Eventually, he's going to get some hardware, and he's going to be an excellent, excellent bad guy. And it all makes sense because he could talk that talk because we know he's phenomenal in the ring. He's just annoying, which he's supposed to be. We love it. Good stuff. Next, Eminem Connection, Mansoor and Mason Madden versus Tanya Valkyrie, versus the Conglomeration. Mark Briscoe, Tomohiro Ishii, and Willow Nightingale mixed tag match. And the Conglomeration and Willow Nightingale win by the Dr. Bomb by Willow Nightingale on Tanya Valkyrie. Willow is absolutely great. We like Valkyrie's okay. Nothing wrong here. Moving right along. Bandito versus Beast Mortos. Bandito gets the win with the moonsault fall away slam. Shout out to him. We had Tequila versus Queen Aminata. They actually had themselves a pretty good match, and Tequila wins by the Death Trap, which looks like it sucks in real life. For real. Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne had an interview backstage. We had moving right along, keeping it moving. We had Daniel Garcia and Paragon, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong versus the Don Callis family. And the Don Callis family wins by pinfall with a bridge German suplex from Josh Alexander on Roderick Strong. Roddy ate the pin here. So commentary hypes up a huge 12-man escalation of this match next week. Tying in Atlantis and Sun versus FTR. So it's going to be a big old match next week. And by God, this was a long show. So, like I said, the first half of this, like the Dynamite half was good. The Collision half was meh. But I'm not going to sit here and poo-poo all over it. It was all right. But that's it. That's all I got for you guys coming today. Moving forward, we will have some more stuff going on this weekend. So look out for that. We got SmackDown. Got to see what happens there. So we're going to keep it going. And we're going to keep the content pushed out. But as for me, that's all I got. That's it. I'm out. Hit the like button. Shout out to everybody who keeps liking my stuff via TikTok, via Facebook, via Instagram, and via YouTube. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let's keep talking that wrestling talk. What the News Brief tomorrow. You guys already know. What the Wrestling News Brief coming out tomorrow. As for me, I am out. Be safe. Peace.